I'm Madison Donor, a recovering journalist.
And I'm Dion Broxton. I'm still a journalist, and you might know me for this.
Oh, no, I ain't messing with you. Oh, no.
We created this podcast because we wanted to show you how this dream job can sometimes turn into a nightmare.
Would you say it's as exciting as being a journalist?
No, not at all. Honestly, no. I really struggled with that transition from being a journalist to working a quote unquote regular job. I would finish an assignment in 20 minutes, an hour, and be like, it's done. And they're like, oh, you had 2 weeks to work on that. You didn't need to rush, but I'm so used to being deadline driven.
Are you feeling like you're filling that journalistic void that some people feel like they're losing in the industry, or if they get out of the industry, they're going to lose themselves too?
Oh, absolutely not. And that's a really great question. And to be completely transparent with you both, I really struggled with that for months after leaving TV news. Wait, who am I? I'm not making a difference. I'm not important. People don't care about me. And I think maybe more than we want to admit, some of us really get wrapped up in the celebrity or the importance, or people recognize me in the store and I can tell I'm making a difference. People know who I am. I'm not giving it up completely. I'm keeping that door open, but for now, I just needed a break from that lifestyle.
And you're the first person who said, I want to leave that door open.
So initially, when I left the TV news industry, I felt like I gave up on myself. I felt like I gave up on viewers, and that's where they discovered I had more than the allotted number of speeding tickets. And so I got that job offer. It was actually in Madison, Wisconsin, rescinded. But then I got pulled into my news director's office with the GM, and they were like, hey, you have too many speeding tickets to drive a company car. So you can no longer be in your main anchor role. And so I just walked away. And so I had no other jobs lined up.
But I have heard of like people going to a station, they're like, we need to dye your hair.
Mm-hmm.
So it's out there, it's in the industry, but to hear also in 2017 like they don't want you doing braids.
Mm-hmm. And just seeing people be their authentic selves at work, just through something as simple as hair, because I don't feel like your hair hinders your ability to do your job. If you change your hair, you're not changing your talent. And I remember my white male co-anchor going, oh, that's going to make people mad, we shouldn't do that story. I was like, well, I want to know why would we not do that story? Like the promotion team didn't want to do a promotion for it. They were just like, oh, we feel like this is too controversial. They kept trying to push the story back. People in the comments on Facebook were like, oh no, I'm not going to watch that at all.
You've always had this flag, and it's a sign of respect and solidarity with police officers. The problem with Black people, when Black Lives Matter sprung up, this flag was used in opposition to Black Lives Matter. I hope that story you did, got people from both sides of the aisle to understand, the context around it.
I've had a man stalk me. I had to get police involved because he would not stop contacting me. I've had a coworker who she had to move because a viewer found out where she lived and just kept showing up at her house. So it can be dangerous.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode.
If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe and rate us on whatever platform you're listening to.
And of course, visit us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and come back every Wednesday for a new episode.